We are live, and it's the launch of a new show that we conceptualized at I Thrive. From the team and I came up with this, and we're calling this show Transformational Thursdays. We're going to run this show every Thursday. Uh, the advantage of this show is it's not going to take more than 5 minutes of anyone's time to kind of watch the content that we're going to share here. But the idea behind it is we want to really invite people who are amazing and who are brilliant and who've done stuff with their life, who are teachers in their own way, whose life lessons can be applied for our life. And we just want to create a platform for people to come and share their perspectives about questions that could be anywhere around health, fitness, spirituality, career, business, finance, parenting, sexuality. It could be any dimension that we could speak of, but we wanted to invite people who are, the outliers, the ones who are the originals, the ones who really come up with something different from their life and share their perspectives here. And today is the first episode of the show. I am honored with all the three guests who are here today. And without really putting in too much time on describing the show, I just quickly, for those of you who are watching me for the first time, my name is Mugdha Pradhan. I am the founder and CEO of iThrive. We are a company that works on making diseases disappear. That's what we really do. We make diseases disappear. And you'll find out more about me. You'll find out more about iThrive as we do this every Thursday. So I don't want to take too much time talking about me. I want to bring on my first guest on this first show. Uh, he will be right here, and there he is. This is Neeraj Jha. Um, Dr. Neeraj Jha is the founder and CEO of Hanuman, and Hanuman stands for Health Accessible in Need and Utility for Mankind. It's a made in India startup that was established in June 2020, and it offers EMS transformations. So, what Hanuman does is it offers home diagnostics, home nursing, home ECG checkups, home emergency first response, post surgical dressings, anything that you would need to kind of take care of a patient at home is what Hanuman offers. You guys also do home and corporate setup for non-COVID patients, right, Neeraj?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we
and
do.
I think you guys came up in 2020 to kind
वही
of
ना एक बार आपसे थोड़ा समझ लेते हैं हम कल थोड़ा फुर्सत में
to fill the gap where where the pandemic waves were hitting, and the kind of services that people needed with a certain level of dependency on the government, those needs were not being met, and you kind of came in and plugged that gap, and you really have done some phenomenal work across Bihar with ambulance services. So hats off to you for really coming in and serving the nation in the time of need. Today's Transformational Thursday, I'm going to be presenting this one question to all my guests. And today's question is, and I'll tell you why today, this is the question today when we go towards the end of the show. But today's question is, what does being alive mean to you, Neeraj?
Thank you, Mugdha, for this platform, wonderful platform, and thank you for a wonderful introduction as well. Your question, what does being alive mean, uh, is too intriguing for anyone. We never think of what does it mean, and we just leave our way, the way society has taught us, the family has taught us, and hardly a minuscule percentage of the population realize that they have a life which has higher purpose of living. In theories, everything sounds good when you read books, when you see movies, when you see philosophies. You think and you aspire to do, but struggling with meeting ends of your life, struggling with meeting your daily goals, you actually fail to live the way you want to. And hardly any one of us realize the higher purpose of living. But I strongly believe that every one of us must realize and should try to identify the higher purpose of our existences. In 2020, when the entire world went into a lockdown, I found my one. And I'm professionally a doctor working for hospitals for last 12 years. And my wife is also a doctor. And when the world was hit with pandemic, before that I was planning to do a startup. But in March 2020, I decided that enough of planning. I'll never have a position wherein I'll have enough money wherein I can park all those money to start a business. So I immediately jumped off, thinking of all constraint, what come may, I'll do it. That was the philosophy. I asked my wife, will you be there for me? She said yes. Then I asked my parents that I am going to resign my job and I'm going to start a startup which is actually about helping people. And the startup itself has named as Help Accessible in Need and Utility for Mankind, called Hanuman. So we jumped into it, and when the entire world was into lockdown, roads were empty. Me and my co-founder Santosh, we were traveling across several cities, distributing PPE kits, tablets, trainings to ambulance drivers and first responders, and thereby we started our business. Coming back to your specific question, what does it mean to us? We have found that everything else, if you have a mission, if you have a vision, and if you are chasing it, everything else falls apart for you to help. There is a book called Affirmation. follow it by spirit. एंड शाहरुख खान के एक मूवी का डायलॉग था, वो मेरी ज़िंदगी में बहुत सही फिट बैठता है कि जब आप किसी चीज़ को पूरी शिद्दत से चाहते हैं तो पूरी कायनात आपको उससे मिलाने की कोशिश करती है। मैं ये
Absolutely.
सुनता था, लेकिन आज जब मैं अपने बिजनेस में हूँ और इस तरीके के डिफिकल्ट बिजनेस में हूँ, तो मुझे ये रियलाइज होता है कि मेरी औकात नहीं थी ये सब करने की। इट इज़ सम डेस्टिनी जो कि यहाँ तक मुझे लेके आई है, एंड आई विल फॉलो माई ड्रीम, आई विल फॉलो माई पैशन, एंड फॉर एवरी वन लिसनिंग टू दिस आई स्ट्रांगली advocate that everyone should follow the dream, the passion that they have realized. Over to you, Mugdha.
ब्यूटीफुल। मेरे को एक्चुअली आई गॉट गूज़बम्प्स जो रोंगटे व्हेन यू सेड दैट ना कि सारी कायनात आपको मदद कर देती है। दैट्स द एक्सपीरियंस आई हैव हैड विद आई थ्राइव, दैट्स द एक्सपीरियंस आवर अदर टू गेस्ट्स हैव हैड विद देयर लाइफ एज वेल। ब्यूटीफुल आंसर, थैंक यू सो मच। आई लुक फॉरवर्ड कि आपके साथ हम और भी बातें करें, क्योंकि हम दोनों हेल्थ के फील्ड में लोगों को हेल्प करें उनके हेल्थ के साथ। सो we will continue our interaction sometime soon, but I will now bring my next guest on. Thank you so much, Neeraj. And I know you were in a hurry. You're actually in between flights at the airport, so thank you once more.
Yeah, I'm at Delhi airport right now, so quite
I
difficult.
know. So, all right. Until we meet again, bye bye for now.
Sure, sure.
Yeah,
Thanks, Mugdha. Thanks a lot.
most welcome. All right, my next guest is somebody who's been my favorite for the last 3 years. She is somebody who I met because we went for a summit together, and I'd like to introduce Surashri Rahane to you guys. She is the founder and CEO of Yearbook Canvas. She's a TEDx speaker. But even before she became all of that, I know her as this phenomenal woman who's like a force of nature. I think she has about 10 years of experience working across different businesses. She was with HP, she was with PepsiCo, with the Bhau Institute of Innovation, Entrepreneurship and Leadership. And she comes with a beautiful mind that goes around marketing and strategy and like creating growth. And when we thought of, oh, let's talk about transformational Thursdays and let's ask people what does it mean to be alive, she was the first name that really came to my head. She's a part of my I Thrive Tribe community, a very integral part of the tribe, and I'm so happy that you're here, Surashri. Welcome on board.
Thank you, Mugdha. This is amazing. I love your content. And this bite-sized content for the questions that we face daily of what is our purpose in life, what does it mean to be alive, okay, what is positivity exactly? Right? And all these questions. So you have been that anchor, with whom I started this entire journey. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah. So my
And
question to you, Surashri, what does it mean to be alive? What does being alive mean to you?
yes. So when I came to you, if you remember, my first thing to you was why I want to get on a health journey is because I want to become a superhuman. Okay, this
Amen.
entire construct in my mind of becoming a superhuman. So I could go out, work with my full potential, love with my full potential, help people with my full potential. Okay, and that needed me not just to be strong mentally, but also to be strong physically. And that is where I started with my journey in nutrition, and now I exercise daily and everything. So in this entire journey, when I say about, what is it to be a superhuman, one thing I realized was that people help me. And for me, being alive is being able to ask for help from the people around me who can help me into the goals that I want to achieve. Of course, one of the goals, a major one, is that going out and helping this society, going out and helping others, becoming a voice for the people who don't have a voice, and all of these things. But the thing is, I don't have to do it alone. I always have people to go and ask for help. That is what I did with you in the first place. I came asking for help, saying that I don't know anything about nutrition. I don't know what is happening with my body. Mugdha, please help me. And then I came onto this very beautiful journey, which is continuing for the past 3 years. And I think I have grown so much, even spiritually, even emotionally, even with the kind of sensitivity that I have towards everybody now, including myself. I think this is all a part of that journey. Yeah. So, people, the main part of it has been people, has been the tribe, has been the community. And the best part of it is going out and asking for help when I needed it.
That
Even
is what being alive means to you.
yes, and
Super.
giving help when people need it the most, being available for them as well, because we all are universes experiencing what it is to be alive, right? And everybody has their own experience. So, yeah, I want to help people achieve their experience and their purpose as well, but not being shy of asking when I need help from the universe and everybody.
Beautiful. Such a lovely answer, right? So that's why I wanted to invite people to give their perspectives, because this is a completely new perspective about what being alive means. All right, Surashri, thank you so much, and
Thank you.
happy adventures to you. I will invite our next guest here, and again, so this is Avinash Deshmukh. For people who've kind of followed our channel, you might know him already. He works as the CEO at iThrive. He's a startup mentor, he's a health coach, he's a consultant for the petroleum and oil industry, and with about 26 to 27 years of experience, both domestic and international, across various companies, across various verticals, he's really had this very broad ability to look at different things from a high perspective, coming right down to the ground level and actually even working at an execution implementation level. And he's somebody who does work with our when we work with people on their mental emotional health. He's a mindset matter coach also at iThrive. So Avinash, right at you. What does being alive mean to you?
Thank you, Mugdha. Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes, you
Is this
are.
thing clear? Okay.
Yes, it
So,
is.
yeah, thanks. So, the question is beautiful, and it has so many connotations that everyone can come up with their own interpretation. If you ask this question to 8 billion people around the world, you will get 8 billion answer, I'm sure, because everyone have their idea of what being alive means. My idea is very simple, very mundane, very worldly. That the things which are around you, if you are able to experience those things, the sunset, the sunrise, the smell of a flower, the flavors in your food, the relationship you have, the kind of bond you share with people around you, the kind of thing you are able to do on a day-to-day basis, that keeps you going, and no matter what, you want to get up in the morning and do that thing again and again and again. And these small thing is what makes you, feel alive, that makes you feel life going on. It should go on as it is. These small things create a picture. So there is a saying, when you die, your whole life flashes in front of you, and make sure that visual is beautiful. So that is what being alive means, creating that beautiful visual every moment of your waking life, your being alive on this planet. Apart from that, what people tend to do, like lots of us tend to do, is to look at the longevity. I mean, how long your life has been. And for here, Rajesh Khanna came to my rescue in his picture Anand. He said, "Zindagi badi honi chahiye, lambi nahi." So I try to make my life, bada rather than long, and create these moments, make these moments beautiful, and create these experiences, which will make a beautiful movie when I'm about to die, and it will flash in front of my eyes.
Yes, and you've created enough beautiful movies for other people also, so those will flash as well in front of their eyes. But very, very beautiful line that "Zindagi lambi
नहीं
nahi
होनी चाहिए, बड़ी
honi
होनी
chahiye, badi honi chahiye." So thank you so much for sharing your perspective, Avinash. And I know that you actually practice this on a day-to-day basis. The team here experiences it. I get to experience it, and like it enriches everyone who actually has an interaction with you. It enriches their moments when they actually have whatever time they spend with you. So, um, thank you so much for sharing your perspective.
Thank you.
I'm going to invite our next guest here. And give me 1 minute. There you are. So, hi Anupam, welcome to the show. This is the first episode of Transformational Thursdays, and I just wanted to start off with asking everyone one simple question, right? So before we go ahead, I would just like to introduce you to the audience. So Anupam is a business professional with over 14 years of experience in software business, covering direct sales, channel sales, go-to-markets in South Asian countries, and he's currently heading Batu Foods, the organic food products brand. And we are extremely aligned because of that, because what we do at iThrive is like we make sure people are getting off all toxic foods so that their health improves, and it's really great to have you here as a guest. So I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked our other three guests. What does being alive mean to you? Yeah, I can't hear you. Yeah.
Am I audible to you, Mugdha?
Yes, you are. Yeah.
Hi. First and foremost, thank you very much for inviting I should say the benchmark session is the first session, and I'm glad to be here. And thanks to your team and the people who are connected to me. Uh, See, wonderful. Things what you are doing. I had been, though, I keep getting the updates, what activities you are doing, the energy what you carry in your office. First and foremost, let me congratulate you on setting up the right benchmarks, setting up the right parameters in place, because it's always about back to basics. It's about the
Correct.
basics. It's about the, how well you are putting up the foundation. Rest all follows. Anyone can create no, the heights of the buildings can be as high as possible till the time you have a strong foundation at base. So I think you are putting your ingredients well. So lot I am trying to pick up from your message and what you are doing it. So congratulations for that. Coming to your question, it's an $1 million thing to ask. It's very simple. For me, we are the living beings. One portion of life is the living, other portion of being is being. So when we just simply think over it, most of the life we are living, and at some point in time we want to be being. So being is the consciousness. For me, it is the time of the consciousness, which is more of an cosmic thing, cosmic consciousness, getting back to your basic, realizing who we are, what our intents in the life, and what we really want to achieve and what we want to do. Under that, the rest of are all aspects of your life. I think more people at some point in time, generally people will say it is mid-air crisis, mid-age crisis. Rather than calling it that, I think it is the time when really the cusp in the life, when we reach to a pinnacle, and then we realize what will be the graph in the life, and how really we give back to the society, how we can contribute back. So we learn eventually. For me, it is about the 4 phases of life. We divide it into 20, 20, 20, 20. So for the cricket lovers, they know what 2020 means. For me, this definition means that we have 20 years where we start. Those 20 years are attributed to somebody who gives you birth. They decide, आपको करना क्या है, आपको पढ़ना है, engineer बनना है, doctor बनना है, scientist बनना है, whatever they decide, and then they probably try to figure out बच्चे को क्या अच्छा लग रहा है and all that. So the first phase is that. Second 20 years is something which is loaded on us. So something has been loaded on us because we have a baggage, we have carried it. Now, jola piche hai. So you have to do the other second 20 years goes to your professional thing. You have to create a family because society want to do you that. You have to. So then you need to have a lot around things, so you contributed to that. But then I think as we enter that mid age, it's the right time to be being.
Absolutely.
So to be being means that now it's the right time when we really need to stop, think who we are, what we need to do, what I have learned all across, what I have carried, and now how to kickstart this journey. So that is where, for me also, Batube is not just an organic food company.
Mm.
Batube is not just anything else. It is, the name itself has been derived from back to basics. It's
Wow.
BAO, back to basics.
Oh, wow. Okay. I did
That
not
is
know
where
that origin
Batube
story.
is. So that is, that is, we start this Batube journey, this back to basic journey, when really it is important that you have to, when you enter into the state of being, so you have to contribute, you have to give back to the society, you have to give back to the people who had been contributing all the years to you, all the 40 years. And now this 20 years phase is something where you are going back and giving back to the society. And then the fourth 20, the last one, if you are lucky enough, if the God give you the grace of another living to that age, then you are what this nature would have decided for you. You went to the salvation, you went in the nirvana, and whatever you have to do. So for me, your question entirely is, for me it is consciousness. It is the state of consciousness, living consciously, whether it is the food which we intake, getting mixed to the elements where we belong to. So when we get into a state of understanding the relationship between what I have with the entire the cosmic consciousness, when it gets arrived, that is being alive. That is being, when we feel that sense, the plant outside my house, and I am connected because it gives an oxygen and I breathe it, and we leave something which it breathes, and there becomes a connect. So that is something more of a philosophical answer, but that is what I believe.
No, that's a very, very, very large scope in terms of the answer. So thank you so much for sharing that. Before we end, I'd just like to bring everyone back on screen. Surashri, Avinash, I don't know if you guys are still there. Yes. And then I'll share my perspective on what I think it means to be alive. And we'll quickly end it there. Surashri, turn on your camera, love.
Yes, my camera is on. I'm just
Oh no, we
checking.
can't see you. All right, so quickly, what does being alive mean to me? To me, it's basically like if I wake up in the morning, the fact that I'm awake every day, like every night before I go to sleep, I'm like, okay, how was my day today? Did I spend the day doing everything I wanted to? Did I say everything I wanted to? Did I live my life fully? And then I go to bed and I say that if I wake up tomorrow morning, I'm going to live my life fully expressed in what it means to be alive, right? So to me, being alive means really being so vibrant and full of energy to be able to experience every sensory pleasure that this body is able to give you, to be able to connect with another human being, to be able to add value to every conversation, every space, and like, just to like bring your entire presence into that moment. That is what being alive really feels like to me. And why I asked this question of you guys is we are launching a new program called Being Alive. Like, we're completely transforming the 3 month program that we had. And what we do at iThrive is literally give life back to people, right? Like things that are taking their life away, pharmaceuticals and toxins and pathogens and deficiencies. We fix all of those so people start feeling alive and then they smile as beautifully as Surashri is smiling with her amazing lipstick. So,
Thank you,
uh,
thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah. Or smile as beautifully as Avinash is smiling, right? So that smile, that vibrancy of life, that joy to just be there in the moment is what I aim to bring into everyone's life. And that's why I wanted to know what does being alive mean to everyone. So from Surashri, who said it was about asking for help and being of help, from Anupam, who said that it's basically about just the beingness of it all, of like, being that expanded universal consciousness, which is so beautiful, Anupam. To Avinash, who said जिंदगी लंबी नहीं होनी चाहिए बड़ी होनी चाहिए. I think such beautiful answers. Neeraj had to leave because he had a flight to board, and I could hear them calling out his name in the background. So thank you so much, all of you, for coming here and for like getting us
Thank you,
let's get
Mukta.
this show kick-started. And we'll do more of these. We might invite you back with different questions. And Anupam, we should talk more about how we can bring the back to basics brand that you have into more people's lives. So, thank
I
you
will
so
come.
much. Yes.
Bye.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you. It was lovely listening to all. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye.
you, Mukta.
Sorry, it was not audible to me. I will connect one on one with you if I am
Yes,
audible.
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah, but I can't
Oh,
hear you. Maybe I will
oh,
catch up again with you, Mukta. Thank you so much. Thank
all
you,
right.
everybody. Thanks for
Sure.
nice
Thank
catching up
you.
with you guys.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye.
you.